started Higgins High School and went on to start LSU. Was part of a national championship team in 2003. As a Tiger, caught 111 passes for 1,129 yards and 9 touchdowns, and of course many more as a return artist for LSU. He, of course, played in the NFL, got a chance to play for the Saints, was with the Cowboys, and has had an opportunity to continue playing professional football, played with the Edmonton Eskimos of the CFL, and now is playing for your New Orleans Voodoo, your arena football team here in town, and came on board midway through the last season and had a terrific half season. He looks forward to a full season in 2012 with the Voodoo. Please give a warm welcome to Skyler Green. Skyler?
Afternoon, guys. How you guys doing today? Basically, I'm just going to come up here and talk to you guys about a few things, signing with the Voodoo about a couple of weeks ago. From there, trying to make the best of my chances of getting back into the NFL. With Coach Norris here giving me an opportunity, I thank him for giving me the opportunity to sign with the Voodoo. Also, Ken Trahan also giving me the opportunity to come and speak to you guys. My career has been a long one, a long road travel. I've been, like you said, with the Cowboys from '05. Left there, went to Cincinnati in '07. Played for Cincinnati for a year and a half. Left Cincinnati, went to New Orleans Saints for a year and a half on their practice squad. Got a chance to play in about 2 games with the New Orleans Saints in '08. Played against the Detroit Lions when we went up to Detroit in '08 and came back here and played against Carolina Panthers. It was last game in '08. From there, preseason of '09, I ended up getting released the last preseason game after Miami, and then I went from there to Canada and played with the Edmonton Eskimos for a year, and stood out pretty well over there. But it just was a different kind of league for me. Everybody, all the receivers moving at one time, trying to get a feel for that. It's kind of like arena football, but a bigger feel, But as far as arena football goes, signing with the Voodoo has been fun for me. The last season, signing with the Voodoo, last 6 games, got an opportunity to play. Coach Norris, guys gave me a chance, and went there, caught 50 passes for 650 yards and 15 touchdowns, 1 return touchdown. And just been watching these LSU games that's been unfolding these past few weeks. Those guys have been doing a real good job defensively. They just remind me of the 2003 LSU football team. I thank Ken Trahan once again for bringing me in, giving me the opportunity to speak to you guys. Have any questions? I'll take them.
Right there. Andy, you walk right there.
I got you, Coach.
Yeah, tell us about Coach Green and what he does with his evenings.
Most definitely. My evening times, I have my little one, Skyler Jr. He's actually playing. He's 3 years old. He's playing at this playground called Milne Playground. It's off of Franklin Avenue. And at about 6 o'clock, our evenings there, we start practice at 6. We finish about 7:30. So I'm actually coaching his little football team right now. 3, 4, 5, and 6-year-olds actually. And it's tough, trust me, it's tough. Because you have the attention span for that fast, and that's it. That's the only thing they listen to is you spend more time trying to get their attention to pay attention to you than to get them to focus on what they got to do. Full pass, yeah. They're actually tackling. 3-year-olds are actually out there tackling and hitting each other. And it's fun. It's fun to watch. It's exciting. I get my kicks every Friday. They play every Friday at 7 o'clock. But I get my kicks every Friday night. We're actually 3-2 right now.
What was the time before when you were leaving the nation? What was the kickoff return?
Punt returns. At that time, my 40 time was probably a 4.25.
And I remember the Florida game, they couldn't copy it, and the announcers kept saying, they ought to go back to that play every time until they stopped. Do you remember that?
Vaguely, but I do remember a lot of big plays in the Florida game. That was a big game that always, when we played Florida, you wanted to come with your A game every Saturday you played Florida. So every opportunity I got a chance to get that football in my hand, I wanted to make a big play for our football team. Any more questions?
Raise your hand over here.
As of right now, no, I haven't say it again? Recently, actually, the last contact I had with an NFL team was when I went up to Canada. And when you're in Canada, once you sign a contract, you have to stay up there for the full service of that contract, where you actually have to stay in that contract for 2 years, where you have a full year and then you have an option year, whether you want to re-sign with those guys or go back with those guys. When I actually got up to Canada after leaving the Saints, I got a phone call from the Tennessee Titans, but I had been signed with the Edmonton Eskimos and wasn't able to get up out of that deal, so I had to follow through with the deal with the Edmonton Eskimos. And that was my last contact with the NFL. 4.25 was my fastest 40 time. Nah, not even close right now. Probably a 4.3, 4.4. Okay.
You ran inside the score, ran inside the score. I got tired of watching you run into the sky, and I was referring to the ball and that's
Well, I appreciate you trying to keep up with me.
Let me tell you, they all about kids when you talk about them. What we always look for in the house when we get to go and work in town. And I happen to be out in tennis and games with kids that have to go to classes.
Mm-hmm.
And on the field, and all of a sudden I feel a kid very big at my hands. So I look down at him, and I look down at him, he's like picking his nose and poof with it just.
You get that a lot out there too, I'm telling you, because they always want to know who's winning. They always want to know who's winning, who has the lead, and they always grabbing coach. Hey, coach, I want some water, coach, some water, coach. And that's all they know out there. But I try to keep them focused for a little bit of the time that they are out on the football field. Try to get them to pay more attention to the bigger guys that are out there. We try to make them watch our 6-year-olds and learn from those guys. So we put more attention on our 6-year-olds than the kids. But in that league, everybody has to play at least one snap of football. So I have about 40 kids on the team, and trying to get 40 guys in the football game is tough.
Any others? LSU questions? Anybody?
LSU? No LSU questions?
There you go.
What you guys think about the Honey Badger, though? Huh? Tyrann Matthews. There's a guy, Claiborne, number 17. He's bigger than I was, but taller than I was. But as far as return-wise, I think he can be a tremendous returner. Tyrann Matthews also can be a tremendous special teams guy as far as punt return is concerned. I mean, LSU has a whole host of guys that can actually get back there and be a special teamer, if you ask me. You got guys like Terrence McGee playing running back. He's a guy that's coming along. I watched him and actually play at Franklinton High as quarterback, won a state championship. Claiborne is a guy, also Ford, the running back, number 42. He's a guy that's been doing pretty well. But there's a whole host of guys at LSU that can get back there and probably receive kicks and bring them back to the house a couple of times, and and it'll be fun to watch.
Back in the back.
Yes, I did. I got an opportunity to play for both coaches. I played 3 years under Coach Saban and my senior year under Coach Les Miles.
Differences between the two?
As far as Coach Saban, I think he's a hard-nosed coach. As far as getting his players to understanding what he's asking for out of you guys. As far as you being a dominant player and for him, and your mental focus, because that's one of the things that he preached at LSU, mentally and being mentally tough, mentally focused throughout your years at LSU when he was there, as far as playing on the football field and in the classroom being mentally tough. Coach Les Miles, he was more laid back general, you know, kind of he led the team in his own way. And I think Coach Miles is doing a wonderful job. I didn't get a chance to spend a lot of years with Coach Miles, but the year I did spend with Coach Miles was an outstanding year at LSU, being that it was my senior year. Got a lot of fun things done. We also went to the Chick-fil-A Bowl in Atlanta and got a chance to beat up on Miami. So that was a pretty good deal for me. And as far as Coach Miles, he's a great coach with a great opportunity in front of him to win a national championship. And that's what we do at LSU. We want to be an outstanding football team. Every year we touch the football field. And being the #1 team in the country, that speaks a lot about our football team and the character of those guys. And when, as a part of the team I was a part of in '03, you always want to remember when you're out on the football field, you got to stay focused 100%, and always you want to play with determination and desire to win. So those guys are doing that right now, and those guys have to continue to do that in order for them to continue to be #1. And November 6th will be a tough game for those guys in Alabama, but I would say this: those guys got to go in there with the mind frame of we're looking to be the national champions that night, and the team that wins that night will play for the national championship. Any other questions? Thank you, guys.